Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
What's up, kids? Welcome back to Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. We're continuing our trek through season 2, and we're so glad you're joining us here today. As usual, we talk about a bunch of stuff off mic before we start recording, and in my brain, I'm like, don't get this screwed up. Don't get this screwed up. Don't get to... So hopefully I don't get any of this screwed up. Tom Cart back here with you as always, joined by Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. And we're here today, kids, to do episode 5 of season 2. As a wrestling fan, I cannot help myself to do that. It's in my DNA at this point. It's insane. Gentlemen, we're moving right along here through season 2. And, this is the halfway point for us, I believe, for season 2. So going into this, when we come out of the calm and sereneness that was episode 4, we all got a chance to breathe. We all got a chance to relax. Everything's kosher. This one ramps up just a little bit, Tasty, just a little bit. We know what's coming after this, but we don't have to talk about it today. But what's your thoughts, Big Tasty, coming into this one?
This is a feel-good episode. This is just nice. It's interesting. I think we get this, or the bulk of this episode, from an outsider's perspective. Almost, I think we almost get it from almost like we're sort of on Claire's viewpoint, and then right at the very end, we just get that little ladder back into the chaos.
That's true. Joe, I say everybody, mostly Sugar, seems to be so incredibly annoyed at Richie. Can I be honest, Joe? I felt like Richie was one of the most tame we've seen him in a long time in this episode.
He's not in Van Halen.
I love that. So good.
I don't know. This is the first episode we've had about where this is the cracks beginning to not just show but to break open massively. Carmy's ignoring Sid. Nothing's running to schedule. Jimmy's getting annoyed. Richie's less than useful. He's just there, isn't he? He's just occupying space. And Carmy's eyes off the ball. It's the first, after last week's nicest one. This is a dipping your toe back into the water of what the Bear normally is.
Well said. Jay, what do you think coming into this one? You see what the guys are talking about here? You agree?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, that opening scene when Sydney was preparing the food with Tina, and it was just that was stressing me out. And it was literally because Tina was it's a little bit overcrowded, isn't it? I was
too much stuff.
There's too much shit on it. There's too much shit on it. I mean, it looked amazing, but it was just also
It'd be a mess though.
Yeah, but for a tasting menu, you don't want that much food on there.
If you're having 8 courses, you don't need
a tasting menu is things you do well.
Yeah.
Tiny. Yeah.
Sydney's lost in the sauce here. She can't see the wood for the trees anymore. She's
no. This is what did her in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. This is there's signs. Obviously, Carmy's distracted, and we know that's gonna bite him in the arse because it's called the Bear. And then you've got Sydney's doing things where she's kind of sort of tripped herself up in the past, where she's hyper focused on things that we don't need to be hyper focused on. And then you've got Sugar basically having to grovel to Uncle Jimmy and they're making jokes about it. It's
contend of a scene of the episode, by the way.
Oh Christ, he stole the show again.
I mean, more specifically when Sugar pretends that she doesn't understand, because it's all really confusing. Uncle Jimmy, can you fix it for us, please?
So good.
But it's him that angry at that man making a sandwich. It's so good.
It's the fact that Richie's the whole build up to Richie in that scene is just brilliant. Where he keeps going, "Shut the fuck up, Richie! Shut the fuck up, Richard!"
Yeah, he can't.
And then when Richie finally gets aware that it's about Taylor Swift ticket, it's not important. It's what? I think as we all kind of said, the blurb of this episode kind of sums it up perfectly, where things get derailed slightly. And that's what happens. Everyone kind of takes their eye off the prize, and they're all kind of getting diverted on different stuff. And then by the end of the episode, like you can tell everything's about to go wrong because Carmy's just got something nice.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it, Jay, but real quick, I got to ask you, we've seen it and you have not. You're watching in real time, as we know. Again, we'll get into it. So I don't know how deep you want to go on this right now, but do you think it's that Sid is stressing too much about the particulars, or that Carmy's not stressing enough, or is it both?
I feel like I think it's both, because I feel like because Carmy is so laid back about it, Sid's then overthinking it and like hyper focused on it, and they need to. Well, the whole point is it's to illustrate that they need to have this meeting and sit down and actually have a talk as like, because
they need to meet in the middle, don't they? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Carmy needs to maybe pay a bit more attention, and Sid needs to maybe like chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're 6 weeks out.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
it doesn't like 6 weeks to order some plates, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like
There's no walls in the building.
That's a good point.
Like Uncle Jimmy says, didn't there used to be walls in here?
It's the same as it feels like the same kind of energy as in the last season, where Sid like did the plate, all like the risotto, and she then took it and gave it to the food critic, and then everyone was asking for risotto, and it's like that lack of communication that they had, and that whole thing could have been prevented by just Carmy going, "Oh yeah, it's a really good idea. However, this is why we're not doing it." Instead, he like kind of like strung her along and didn't have a proper conversation with her. And this is the exact same thing that's happening. She's hyper focused, like overthinking about this menu. Carmy's like really blasé about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll have a chat." And then he's like just dropping on it. "Oh yeah, I think the chaos menu's a bad idea." And it's like, my guy, you're 6 weeks out. You're gonna have to fucking have that conversation sooner or later.
Out of the blue, he dropped that too.
And he's right, because they shouldn't do a chaos menu. They should focus on what they're good at, not just try and like throw a load of shit at a wall and see if it sticks. But
right,
end of the
like,
day, your wall's covered in shit.
Yeah, and the walls already fell down twice.
I couldn't make out what it said on the banner. There's like a thing covering the hole, and it says something about walls, and you can't fully see it all. And I'm assuming it's a fact.
It says something like walls fell down again. Thanks, fac, or something like that.
Well, kids, we got a big episode to talk about here today, so let's get to it. The title of episode 5 from season 2 is Pop. And as we know, as we've said many times before, all of season 2 dropped on June 22nd, 2023. This one was directed by Joanna Kalo on a story by Sophia Levitsky-Whites, I believe. And as we said, 10 episodes in season 2. We're at the halfway mark, kids. So hold on. Let's do this. Just to let you know where we were last episode, we always like to give a little rundown. So here we go. With 7 weeks left before opening, demolition continued as Carmy and Natalie confronted mounting setbacks, including rejected permits, overdue bills, and escalating costs tied to refiling the restaurant's name, all while Natalie quietly, not so subtly, revealed to Carmy that she's pregnant and terrified about what comes next. As the chaos unfolded back home, Marcus traveled to Copenhagen, where he began working under Luca, whose calm, disciplined approach introduced him to a new way of thinking about food and growth. Between tranquil walks, quiet reflection, and moments of doubt, Marcus gradually improved, gaining confidence and inspiration while staying tethered to home through calls with his mom and the crew at the restaurant. And as we said, we all got the chance to breathe, and it was quite pleasant. But those days are coming to an end very soon. We opened this episode with Sid and Tina, as you guys said before, working in the kitchen, and Sid is obviously stressing. And as this scene plays out, her anxiety seems to be increasing, while Tina is the object of still and tranquilo. She's low key. She's in the moment. Someone talk to me right now about how this changed from season 1.
I was going to say, like, when
Right?
you watch these two women in this kitchen and they're having a bit of banter, and Tina's like jibing her a little bit, like just
Keeps
poking a bit
calling
of
her
fun.
ma. Like,
Yeah, like, would you ever think that these two people could have this relationship at the start of the season?
Never.
I-
Never.
I think as well, like it shows how much they've grown, because whereas in the past, like they wouldn't have asked each other for kind of criticism on each other, they'd have kind of been a little bit like up against it whenever one critiqued the other. with here, like Sydney asks Tina her honest opinion. Tina looks like almost flattered that she's been asked that, and then gives her like constructive and positive feedback, which is more than anyone else has done for Sid this season.
But I think as well, it speaks to like, and obviously a lot of it's about how they've matured and how they've like the relationship's grown. But a lot of it, I think, is just the sort of camaraderie that you develop when you work with someone in an environment like this. Like, it naturally bonds you because you're going through stressful situations and you're dealing with like horrendous like surprises all the time. And that sort of, I think we talked about it in season 1. I think that sort of experience really pulls a unit of people together and gives them a shared purpose.
I love the idea about the earth, air, water, and fire. It's a gimmick.
Fire and fire, she says.
Yeah.
What misses out one of the elements.
It's a gimmick, but like it's a starting point, at least mentally. Whether or not she can make it happen, I don't know. But
I don't know, man. If I go to a restaurant for a mealtime and someone starts telling me about how
Captain
all
Planet.
the things on my plate represent different elements, I'm walking out.
well, they don't got to tell me. Just,
Well,
you know.
it's the salt acid thingy, isn't it? It's
Just give me some nice food. Cook some nice food. It doesn't have to. Again, Sydney's trying.
I don't
too
need a
hard.
backstory.
You don't have to like, and it's like it's understandable. She's new. She's full of piss and vinegar. You want to come in, and everyone wants to pull up trees, and everyone wants to like rip up the rule book and revolutionize and be the next big thing. But then, like, when you get to like where Carmy's at in your journey, you sort of realize, actually, no, there's just merit in doing something really well, and like just doing some. You know, you don't have to, rediscover the wheel or reinvent the wheel. You don't have to, come up with the next great restaurant idea. You just have to make really nice food that people want to eat, and because that's what I think Sydney's took her sort of focus off, is that people are going to have to want to pay you for this food.
Yeah,
They mentioned
At
fennel.
cost.
Yeah, right. They mentioned fennel, and in my experience, you either love fennel or you hate it. I like sausage with fennel in it. I have no problem with it. Anybody have a strong stance on fennel here? Like,
I like it well enough.
Yeah,
Fennel
it's not
There's
my
a pizza,
go-to.
jail attested. This is a pizza place about 5 minutes walk from my house. They do a fennel sausage pizza, and that's real nice.
ooh,
they
that
sure
sounds
do.
good.
They sure do.
That sounds good.
It's not used very much because it's a kind of strong herb, but
Yeah, it is.
it's fine when you use it as long as you don't bang loads in.
Sure. I like it quite a bit. She does point out, like you guys said before, that it's a lot for a tasting menu.
Yeah.
And I love how
There's like 12 elements on that plate. It's
Yeah.
too much stuff.
Sid doesn't like.
It's like when you're a kid in school and they let you do colouring in, and you grab all the different colours because you think, oh, the more colours, the more awesome. Obviously, this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And then when you're a bit older, you're like, well, actually, maybe I just get like 2 or 3 like really complementary colours and use them, and that'll be better.
I like how she doesn't blow Tina off, but then when she finally stops and looks at her, she kind of, that's fine. But then when she comes back around, it's like, all right, I'm saying it's a lot. Like when she takes a breath. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Sydney is she needs someone to kind of show her the forest for the trees. Where
Someone will just
like-
pull her back from it.
yeah, like she can't see it all the time because she gets like hyper focused on things, and Tina just saying that, and she's like, no, actually, no, you're right. It's too much.
And the irony is, I think she wants that to be Carmy, but I think it doesn't. I don't think it should be Carmy. I don't think he's the right person to do it for her.
I think that the thing with Carmy with the way that it's run is he should be the guy who kind of fine tunes everything.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be the person who's like kind of like telling her, oh yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that. He's the person who she's making the food. Essentially, he's the executive chef, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's the person she's here is.
He's the guy who tastes everything and goes, yeah, that goes on the menu. That doesn't.
Yeah.
That's shit.
She's making the menu to essentially like for him
Please
to
him.
then to judge
But
and
they're
say what's going to work, what's not.
To be partners, it's supposed to be 50-50, wasn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, but partnership doesn't mean everybody.
No,
has to
I know.
do everything.
But
You
like,
have to
they both
delegate.
agreed on a chaos menu, and Carmy suggested nothing. The one time they were supposed to go out and get ideas, he blew her off so he could go and hang out with Claire.
Yeah,
Like,
but she's tried to make it work and it hasn't worked.
no, there's too much stuff. There's too much shit on it.
I think to kind of like give him the benefit of the doubt there, maybe part of that's like Carmy wanting to give Sydney some license in there.
Yeah,
But
and that's why I think like having it be Sydney and Tina developing the menu is really great, because I think Carmy's not going to really grow much more as a chef. He's pretty much fully formed. He's arrived. He's like what he's going to be. He's, if anything, he's on the downswing of his career now for a chef. He's probably getting on a bit in terms of age. He's been doing it for a long time. He's probably,
how old is Carmy supposed to be?
I'd say he's like mid-30s.
That's what I was thinking, because when he goes to that party, I'm like, oh, it's those kind of people that never grew up.
Oh, it is very much, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking early to mid-30s is when you can still kind of do that, and
and get up in the morning.
Yeah.
But I think Tina and especially Sydney, for them, it's even though Tina's older, obviously, but her journey is so much younger. Her like, she's only just, as we see in this episode, developing her skills, and like really we see in this episode becoming an incredibly competent chef.
Yeah, go ahead, Tace.
I think it's really more useful for them to be the sort of big idea people, like expressing themselves and pushing the boat out. And then, like you say, Jay Carmy's job is to then go, what the hell are you thinking? That's stupid, or that's really good, or
And yeah, also look at like when they did the like menu thing on, like, was it the first episode or the second episode? When they were like working on it together, they didn't have anyone to rein the other in. They were both going for these ideas, tasting them, going, it's crap. Nah, we need to go and like actually like try some places.
You can't have everyone just swinging for the fences, man. Someone got to get on base.
Yeah. And I think like the whole thing is, as I say, Carmy should be the one to fine tune everything. That, like, he's given Sid the license to create this menu, but he's the guy who's got the Michelin stars. Like, she wants a Michelin star. He should be able to show that she can earn that. He's only there to kind of like sort of guide her to that.
Yeah.
Has anyone had the Nduja that they're talking about here? I've never tried it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Again, I don't want to sound like very restrictive, but excellent pizza topping.
It's good pizza topping. It's really good in
pasta. It's good in,
good in pasta. It's good in arancini.
The Italians have sussed it, basically, is what we're saying. They have nailed it.
Yeah, it's just unreal. It's
a sausage, but it's very soft, like a paste almost.
Like a spreadable salami,
Yeah, but it's hot.
But it's
like
spicy and
yeah.
It sounds like andouille. So when I heard her say andouille, I thought, andouille? Wait a minute. So I had to go look. I've had andouille, and holy God, that stuff will burn you down if you're not careful. So
yeah, it's a similar sort of deal. But it's very. I don't know what I can.
It is very fiery.
But it's very hipstery. It's very in right now.
Yeah. A lot of places have got it on menus.
If you've not got an andouille and hot honey pizza, then quite frankly, you're not a pizza place anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we go from this scene and we see, I think the screen fades to black and it comes up in white letters. We see 6 weeks to open is what we see. So the clock is ticking, kids. We see Ibrahim on a wall with a cigar in his mouth, and he's just sitting there. Dude doesn't say a word, but you're like,
absolute boss man.
Man breaks my heart. I just want to give him a big hug and tell him that
like he's going through it. You know what I mean? Like for a character that had nothing going on in this episode, we don't need to spend forever on it. But that one scene kind of felt like he's an older guy. I won't say they shoved this down his throat, because they didn't, but that's maybe how he's perceiving it. And it's like, God, it's so much, I can't take all this in, and you want me to just change who I am.
Like the position of what's happening with Tina, though.
Yeah, but
older.
He feels left behind. He's a bit like Richie in a way. Like he feels he's scared that like this was a job he could do, and now it's almost been taken away from him.
He's scared to fail, whereas Richie is just useless.
I think the difference is he's very much like he's kind of scared to throw himself into that, so he's just like kind of like walking away from it. Whereas Richie's like so scared that he's going to become obsolete that he's trying to be as useful as possible, and he's making it 10 times worse.
Yeah, we hear "Bastards of Young" by the Replacements. I think it's the first time we hear them.
What a song!
As Carmy's in the kitchen, they're timing out. I love this timing out the workstation stuff with the tape on the floor. I've been a part of conversations like this where you're physically trying to count steps and whatnot. Like, it's pretty cool because they're timing him, and Sweeps times it at 7 seconds, and Carmen's not happy. And Richie's like, "You gained a second, bro." I love how Richie is so calm through this whole thing.
And Richie's so critical when like he can't do any of this stuff.
No,
He's talking, doesn't he? That's all Richie does.
The thing that made me laugh about this was that not one of them was like, "Why don't you just move them a couple of inches closer to each other?" Like,
yeah,
like they would if they moved it, like the amount of step he was taking, if he moved it slightly closer to one another, they like so it's a narrower pass. There's still enough room for people to get by, especially if they're like shouting behind, like corner and all that. Like,
yeah.
Again, it's dwelling on shit like that when it's like the answer's right in front of them. If you want to cut time, just move it a little bit closer.
But it's the Carmy thing of rearranging the lifeboats on the Titanic, the deck chairs on the Titanic, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
this isn't a priority at the moment. Like, you need your plumbing, you need your electrics, you need all this stuff. Not, I need to get it down to 5 seconds. They've been doing this all morning. It looks like.
Yeah.
Like
they've been doing it at least 2 hours.
And the definition of insanity is repeating the same process over and over again. Like it's lack of focus.
Again, it kind of shows like where his priorities are all wrong, because the whole episode, like there's talk of he needs to talk to Sid about this menu, he needs to talk to Sid about this, he needs to talk to Sid about that, he needs to talk to Sugar about this, and yet he's not got the time to do that. He's like, oh yeah, we'll do that soon. But he's got 2 hours to fuck around trying to like time between his stations with Richie and Sweeps.
it's true. Tina comes in and she asks if Carm has an extra knife. This was great that she could use, and he points. He's like over on the bench. She's like, "Well, that's your knife, chef," and he's like, "No, your knife." Points to her, and I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy."
It's interesting where she, like with Tina in the scene where she says Jeffrey when she's like talking to him, but then when she's actually sincere, like I think it's either when she says about Ebra or she says about the knife, she calls him Carmy.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
it's
little knife
chef.
fact.
Thank you, chef. That knife. Oof.
So we see it later in a bit more detail, and it looks pretty damn good. So this is a high-end hand forged Yoshimi Eshizen knife
Ekizen.
imported from
Yeah.
Japan,
Oh wow.
and is usually only available in the US through a single shop in Beverly Hills.
It costs a fortune.
I was gonna say, isn't it the knife that Anthony Bourdain had?
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's you can tell from looking at it that it's like
Not that specific knife. I mean, like he had one of those knives.
But like Japanese steel knives, they're ridiculously good, but they're ridiculously expensive. There's a reason. And to
Well,
just
now we
hand
got
it
to
away.
find out. Now we got to find out how expensive we're talking.
Give me 2 seconds.
I
Because,
reckon 600 quid minimum.
Yeah,
That's a pricey knife.
I reckon. At least.
Looking like the one that she pulled out, you're looking about between 500 and 600. Yeah. If it is that one. Oh wait, no, it's the Kentaro. Only available on import. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's about 500 quid, 600 quid.
Wow.
Nice.
That's crazy. Well, he's giving it to her, kids. And very cool moment. She asked if he's seen Ibra, and he's like, no. Why? What's up? She goes, no, we'll talk later. So they go back to timing it, and this time it's 7 seconds. And Carm's like, 7? Richie's straight face goes, embarrassing, bro. Like, I can't tell if he's messing with Carmy or if he's serious. I can't really tell at this point.
He's just talking shit, man.
That's all he does.
Like, why would he care that it's 7 seconds?
Richie will bust balls on like a Olympic level. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like with like this as well though, like Richie's, because obviously Fak and Marcus are kind of like got like that like friendship like it's blossoming, and you've got like Fak and Carmy are really tight, and Richie because he's been such an arsehole to everyone, and because he was like that with Mikey, now it feels like he's trying to find his place with, like, he's trying to find his group there, and Carmy's like literally said Carmy's all he's got, so he's trying to it feels almost at times like he's especially in this episode, like he's trying to replace Michael with Carmy now. Like he's accepted that he can't fill Michael's shoes, so he wants Carmy to kind of fill that void that Michael's left, because that's how close he was to him.
Yeah.
Well, Carmy doesn't understand what's going on. He's getting very frustrated. He's like, and he asks Sweeps, he's like, what do you think? He's like, I think he can get down to 5. Richie goes, nah, this kid's fried. He needs a break. It's like, no, I got it, cousin. This kid needs a break. I just love how he said that. And later on, he tells him, say, cousin, get your ass back on the line. And they start timing it again. I don't know. Richie did not annoy me at all in this episode. Not even the least little bit.
He's just doing Richie
I just felt sorry for him in this episode.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
He's a bit like a lost puppy in this episode. He's just sort of like trying to find a bit of purpose, like you say. He's just trying to find. He's just trying to make himself look or like be useful.
Yeah. His heart's in the right place, but he can't stop being Richie.
Right. Yeah. Good call. We get a quick look at the calendar and the task board as Sugar is talking to Uncle Jimmy, who this is a great scene. And he's walking with her through the place. We have the appointments confirmed. It's just scheduling is the issue. Scheduling is the issue. Like, this fucker's making a sandwich.
And who are you? Electrics. And you're making a sandwich because
Plumbing's not ready, mate.
Yeah.
All billable hours, though.
Who's that guy? Drywall. Like, why can't he do the drywall? Can't do drywall to the electrics. Got the electric to the plumbing.
Oh my God. And he gives that line about, didn't there used to be a bunch of fucking walls up in here? And she's like, yeah. And they're still timing Carm out there. And then here comes Sugar and Jimmy into the kitchen. And he goes, what's up, Unc? Oh, nothing. What the fuck's this weird shit? He's wanting to know what's going on.
100% on the money. No.
Right?
And also, like, the other thing, obviously, like, timing is everything, especially in, like, a restaurant like that. But from between 5 and 7 seconds, that seems a little bit,
it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I
doesn't
really know
make
that
that
they're obsessing over 2 seconds between stations, but they can't get a plumber and electrician to the restaurant on the same day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Lack of priority.
again, like, the priorities are in the completely wrong place. They should be, okay, we can't get a plumber like Richie's guy. I'm going to go through the yellow pages, or I'm going to go out and find a fucking plumber.
What does Richie say his tactic is?
I'm just going to keep calling until
war
they answer.
dialing.
War dialing. I just keep phoning them until they answer. Has it worked? No.
No.
Okay, General.
Yeah, I'm becoming.
He's so sarcastic in this scene, Uncle Jimmy.
He just hates Richard.
He does.
He's, to be fair though, everything he says is right. Like everything, he's not wrong. Everything he's saying is completely bang on the money.
He's like, I'm becoming concerned. We're taking her off the ball here. Richie just took a step forward. That's all he did. Shut the fuck up. And then he goes back to talking. Just let me be hyper clear. If I ain't seeing no progress, I don't want to keep pissing money away. I'm calling this out now because how far are we open from, Shug? And she says 6 weeks. Go 6 weeks. And I somehow anticipate that in this coming 6 weeks, there will be more pissing. It's a great line. Thing is, I like to control the pissing to the best of my ability. And then Richie, I think, does that. He's like, shut the fuck up, Richard. And he keeps going. It's so great. Your schedule is kinked. You're doing whatever the fuck you're doing there. Thundernuts is out there making sandwiches for his whole fucking family. Family games. I mean, look, it's as much as I look forward to selling this place, and trust me, I do look forward to selling this place. It's just all in our best interest if we have a maximally efficient place of business. I really like you to tell me a story of complete and utter failure. And she's like, hey, we got one. Once a signing bonus, but we got one. That's Sydney busting in from out of nowhere. Jimmy at any given time annoys the crap out of me because he feels like that talisman that's always bringing doom over everyone's shoulder. But I'm kind of with him in this episode.
He's
Do you know
the
what I
voice of
mean?
reason here, isn't he? He's like,
yes.
He's in a weird
So when
state.
another great sports reference. So when Sydney comes in, he goes, "We got one." They asked for a signing bonus, and then he goes, "What's his on-base percentage?"
She goes, "What is this, sports?" It's standard operating procedure.
Is it though?
I don't think so.
Is it though?
Yeah, no.
I've never got a signing bonus when I've signed.
Never. Got a handshake. That was about it.
I don't think
got
Sydney's
a free beer once. That
a
was
very
about
good negotiator when it comes to negotiating employee contracts.
But you saw the people who turned up for jobs last week or the week before.
Yeah,
I can't work
she
for
hired
anything.
the guy up from saying head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
desperate. So any port. But yeah. But again, it's all been left to her because Carmy's running around the kitchen trying to shave 2 seconds off walking 4 yards.
Well, she even tells him here, we have to talk about small wares. And he says, yep, thank you, chef. And I'm thinking, it's a problem because I think she's mentioned something similar before in another episode. I'm like, small wares would probably take less than 10 minutes. Just talk to her. Do you know what I mean?
They show napkins or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So like when they do the plate thing and she's like going through them all, and Carmy just picks one up and goes to this one. And she's like, yeah, they're $55 a plate. She's like, all right, it's not that one. It's like
he wants it, but she doesn't.
But no, he even says, like, when she says how much it is, he goes, all right, we won't get that, and then we'll get the noisy ones.
Yeah, but to me, I thought he said that sarcastically. We'll get the ones that sound like shit. That to me sound like a dick thing to say. Like,
yeah, true. But also, I think like I think he knows as well though that like as soon as Sugar like gets involved, it's gonna be like 2 against 1 anyway. Yeah, we can't spend that much on those plates. And again, Carmy's like he's so fixated on some of the little things. He's not taking into account that they've not got fucking walls, they've not got a kitchen built, they need to rebuild the whole fucking building. Like he's that obsessed with, like, and also like the whole point is you get it open and then you can improve that like later down. Like if you open your restaurant and it's not like it's like a completely finished article, then you're gonna get bored of it. If you treat it like it's a work in progress, then you can go back and go, all right, now we'll get the nice plates. Now we'll get the like $500 door handle or whatever the fuck it was for the fridge that no one's gonna look at.
I mean, but I don't disagree with you, but I also kind of see Carmy's point of we need to show the impression the day we open, not a month after the fact. We need to be ready the day we open with this stuff.
I suppose they're already in the hole with Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah,
it's not like
you got to put the it's like a film term. You got to put the money on the screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to show what you spent the money on. It's no point saying to the customer, "Oh, your place is shit," but look at the fridge we got in the kitchen. Customers not going to see that. It's like here's the nice plate to eat your nice. Like here's Michelin star food on a paper plate. I'm like, that's
right. Yeah. Dude, when Richie speaks up and they're going back and forth right through all this, and he goes, "Is now a good time to talk about those Taylor Swift tickets? How we doing?" Jimmy goes, "I don't know, Rich. Is now a good time to talk about you go fuck yourself?" Like so calm. And
I mean, the man's consistent if nothing else.
So good.
Unreal.
That's when the ceiling tile falls down in the background and they all just turn around.
The drywall guy comes in. Where'd you get that sandwich from? Oh, the electrician made it for me.
Oh my God. That is so good.
Tradesman though, yeah.
Jimmy looks at him and he goes, "Nice, you enjoy that." And guy's name is Timmy. Timmy goes, "I will," and he walks out. Jimmy goes, "Carm, sugar, what the fuck?" Like
all billable hours, he says. He's getting paid for just doing nothing.
Oh my God, it is so good. That's when Richie talks about war dialing.
And Sugar's like, Fack, can you just talk to him? Like, keep him here?
This. Fack comes in. He's like, there's been a problem with the thing. You keep him here. Well, and she does the thing that she does so well with Fack of just turning on the charm to him. And Fack
being really nice to
Fack
him.
would kill a man for her.
Yeah, just sweetie, could you just talk to him, please?
Just talk to her. Go on, you can do it. And he's like,
just talk to him, my love. He goes, "Talk. Okay. Hey, Tim, do you want to see some magic?" You can hear him in the background. Oh my God.
I'd like to imagine there's other takes where he just yelled other things as he walked off.
Sis Rose says, "I don't want to fuck around here. I mean, no progress. We don't open. I mean, I'm 450K in the hole here." Sugar goes, 550K. Oh, 550K. Fuck my life. Like, why would you remind him how much in the hole he's in? Oh, but this is the bit you guys mentioned earlier about where she is suddenly turns into a 5-year-old kid. It's like, "Well, Uncle Jimmy, I don't know." She's got that look about her, and man, it melts him like butter.
Yeah.
Yes. It works. It melts him like butter.
But it's when they cut around everyone else, and everyone else is like,
yeah.
Well, like Carmy says, in earshot of Jimmy, "That's disgusting," or something like that. Or "You make me sick."
Oh my God, it's so freaking great.
And she literally says something like, "That's how you fucking do it." I was like, sister, I was like leaving the room or something.
Oh, she says, "Fuck you guys."
Fuck you guys. That's it.
Go fuck yourselves. Yeah.
I think it's Richie that says that was disgusting. Yeah. But
No, it's
No, it's
Carmy.
calm.
is it Carmy? Okay.
It's calm, yeah. Richie just agrees with him, goes, yeah.
It got him off the backs for another day.
Yeah.
It's true.
And also it got them the license sorted out. Like
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah.
that literally is in the next scene.
That's so, yeah. We see Tina at the school. She's in uniform. She's calling Abraham, and it seems like she's leaving a voicemail, but it also kind of feels like she's talking to him.
I think he's just on the phone and he's not giving her a lot back.
Oh, okay, because it felt like it could have went either way.
Yeah, I think she's like talking to him, like, and he's just not really engaging. Like he's sort of like very. I think he's very. I mean, he's not a man of. He's not the most verbose man in the world anyway. But you know,
no, but
he's
they've got.
I think it's one word answers. I think he's kind of shut down a bit, hasn't he? He's kind of a bit like withdrawn. He's kind of a bit, you know.
Yeah, but they've got like the sort of camaraderie of they've been there since like the start, almost like they've been there for a long time, and.
But that means it's probably harder for Ibrahim because he's like so afraid of growing and trying to improve himself, and then to see Tina just like go in and like smash it basically and like really improve.
I guess like obviously he was a soldier, wasn't he? So like that can't be easy as well. Like that adjustments and making.
He was in the brigade before. Many people died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
to saw a man's asshole shut. What was it? I'm sorry.
But that like
fucking Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
That like sort of that shift and that change, and then being asked to like do more. Like he's probably like just was working in the beef just because it was an easy enough job for him to do.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't.
He's self-taught. Like no one's taught him how to do this job.
So
like, Mikey wasn't trained in it, was he? You know.
No. But as soon as he's starting to get like a little bit more like order and stuff like that, it could be that, and obviously you guys will know better than me because you guys have seen what's happened, but it could be as much that it's like kind of like triggering him in that sense that it's bringing back memories of being in the army, and he wanted like that easy sort of like older life of working in the sandwich shop, and now he's like
he doesn't want the high stress. He doesn't want to be a chef de cuisine, does he? You know, he wants to just make his sandwiches.
Yeah.
Now he's doing something that's very regimental.
Oh, good call. Very, very structured. Yeah. Tina takes out Carmy's knife, and it's like taking out Excalibur or the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. I don't know why.
She sees the little CB on the on the wooden holder that it's in.
Yeah,
bamboo holder. Yeah.
Oh, that's it drips money. That doesn't it? It's like
right. She says, "Let's fucking go." She's filleting a fish. The instructor comes by, and he's like, "Excellent cut, chef." He's very impressed.
So she's filleting or filleting of your English a European sea bass.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I filleted many a fish in my time, and I hated it. I did it, but I hated it. Just messy work. So, yeah, you got to have a sharp knife for sure. Back at the restaurant, Sid is standing in front of a table with place settings. She's scrutinizing everything. And meanwhile, Fack is having that conversation with Tim, and it's so great when he's talking about his favorite albums. He's trying to keep this guy occupied.
He's talking about the replacements and how Pleased to Meet Me. He's like, that's my favorite album. But like Tim, and he's just going to go just a full bit of history of the replacements there.
That's all he's doing.
And the guy's like, why am I still here? But it's I wouldn't have put Fack as a sort of college rock guy, but there we go.
Yeah, no kidding.
So again, have I spoke to you about the replacements? So one of my favorite bands, a band called the Hold Steady, their lead singer Greg Finn's from Minneapolis, which is where the replacements are from.
Yeah.
And he was a huge fan growing up, but he was never like old enough to go and see them in concert. And there was a prevailing sort of opinion in Minneapolis that you couldn't be considered a punk if you never saw the replacements live.
Oh, interesting.
And they split up in 1991 when he was too young at that point to go, and his parents wouldn't let him go to a concert by himself, so he wasn't able to go and see them. So by the rules of the punk scene of Minneapolis, he could never be considered a punk because he wasn't born early enough to go and see the replacements, but when they existed.
I mean, any punk scene that has that kind of rule, you can't, if you weren't there, is not worth getting involved with in my eyes. But
he actually he wrote a song about it on one of his solo albums called "It's Never Been a Fair Fight," about how sometimes you just can't win, basically. There's nothing you can do. big replacements. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a huge fan, but every time I catch a replacement song, I always really enjoy it. So
yeah, there's like the early stuff's really great, sort of hardcore punk, because they're all about 12 years old. And then as like Westerberg got older, he discovered like melody and wrote some fucking tremendously beautiful stuff. What's the Here Comes a Regular is a absolutely heartbreaking song about just his battle with alcoholism. It's a fantastic song, a fantastic singer. If you don't like him, Big Star, stuff like that, it's really, really good stuff. Very, very powerful songwriting, and also some silly dumb stuff as well. Which is But if you haven't, go and listen to Pleased to Meet Me, or I'd say Tim as well. But yeah, it's all good stuff for me. That's my moment. That's my bit in the sun.
They're talking here, and he's pointing to the wall. Jimmy does, and says, "We know what's going here, right?" Sugar says, "Yep." And Carmy goes, "Not a C." Sugar goes, an L, a B, and a W, because that's your money maker right there. Jimmy's talking about the health inspection, of course, right? Actually, talking about the beer and wine license. Right?
Yes, you lick a beer and wine.
Yeah. That's where the markups are.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Sugar says, they won't let me apply for a liquor, beer, and wine license without a certificate of occupancy. And that's when she's doing that puppy dog face. And motherfucking bullshit just takes forever, doesn't it? How about, I don't know, maybe Uncle Jimmy can move that along a bit for you. Would that be good? When he says, would that be good?
But that's exactly what she does to FAC.
It's so great. That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm guessing that's why they call her Sugar, because she's got them all wrapped around the little finger.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Yeah. Sid tells Carmen that she's got 2 more hires and asks him to take a look at the play settings. That's when he looks at the plates that are $55. And she goes, well, it's $55 for that type of silence. He says, okay, well, yeah, then we could just use the shitty ones. And, when he says that, it felt a little unnecessary whether he was being a smart ass or not. And Sid reflects that when she looks back at him, like, what was that about? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there is a bit. I don't think I personally didn't read it as that.
Oh,
but there's a contrast to how Carmy reacts and how Sugar,
and she goes, oh, these are nice, isn't it? And she goes, Sydney goes to her, she goes to the 55, and she goes, oh no, like puts it back down, like, yeah, because even if there's 25 seats in that,
you need at least 4.
But yeah, because I think they were just charger plates anyway, like they were just the plates that go under the plate.
Yeah, the plates for your plates.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's 55 quid sitting there doing now. Like, someone's going to break them. Richie's going to smash them, or Fac's going to,
Fac's going to drop a
skeet shooting or something. Like, innit? Yeah. You want nice plates, but not 55 quid's worth of plate.
Yeah.
But again, like this is what I mean. Like you get nice enough plates for the open, and then when you're making a bit more money, then you can upgrade your plates.
Tim is asking if the work is happening today, but he seems antsy. In fact, just continues to talk to him about music. He's trying to distract him, which I appreciate. Sugar hands Carmen a piece of paper, and she goes, slide this in the mailbox. She goes, oh, what's that? That's gorgeous. And Sid said, that's $55 a plate. Sugar goes, nope.
Yep.
Sid asks what's in his hand, and he says it's the beer and wine permit. She says, great. That doesn't look shady at all. I think this is how it's done now. No, it's not. That's a letter from Jimmy saying, fucking do this because I said to do it. Do you know what I mean? Lord knows what he wrote.
Surely you file that online these days.
Right,
no,
of course.
It's clearly a bribe.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Or I know where you live, and I've got some big lads who break your knees.
As we find out, he has to take it to a specific post box in Winnetka.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound shady either. I love how
it's not even going to the corporation. That's he's greasing someone's palm there.
That's someone's PO box.
Yeah, that's a mailbox that someone's going to come and collect from.
That's like a private mailbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because you see, the box he puts it in. There's a number. It doesn't say outgoing mail or anything.
No, it's someone's personal PO box.
Isn't it? Yeah. All in that room as well. There's loads of packages and stuff. It's clearly where that's like a collection point for. It's a PO box. Yeah. It's like the substance. You've not seen that?
I know what you're talking about. Carm's going to go mail it, and Sid once again throws something at him just to remind him when he talk about napkins. And okay, we'll talk about it later. And I'm thinking, take 7 minutes and talk to me about napkins, and then you can go mail this thing.
Right.
I'll
Dude,
time 7 minutes. Just talk to me, like.
Dude, I'm not defending Carmy here because I think he, as we say, but that conversation about napkins that Sydney wants to have is not a 7-minute conversation.
Well, that's fair too. Okay, fine.
Like you saw how quickly he had the conversation about the plates, which I think again is why he come across like a little bit arsey, because he said to her, "That's the best plate," and she goes, "It's $55 a plate."
Okay, what's the conversation we're having? Are we having what's the best plate or what's the most affordable plate? Like Sydney hasn't set the parameters. She's like, "Here's all the plates. Pick one." And it's like, "Well, I picked this one.
But also,
that was too expensive." But you told me to pick one, so I've picked one.
Yeah,
you know,
if she's got all these plates, like, why is she getting plates that are like so fucking expensive?
I was going to say,
why is the 55 plate on the fucking table?
Because she knows by Carmy's standards he's going to pick that fucking plate, but she also knows the hair and sugar are then going to have to talk him out of picking that plate.
Yeah.
Why?
So if your budget for plates is $20 a plate, no plate on the table costs more than $20.
Yeah.
Is it a kind of weird power play on her on her part then?
I think it's just
to tell
being
Carmy
a bit stupid and naive, and
I
think that's what it comes down to. Yeah, is her losing focus
it's
again.
being naive. I think it's a lot of it is that again
inexperienced. As we know, as you said, Jay, when she had her own business, she didn't know when to stop. She didn't know when to like sort of rein it in, and she's doing it again.
Like,
and that's why I'm not excusing Carmy, but that's why I'm saying I can understand him because wanting a fucking break for like half a day, because it must. We've all worked with someone who's that full on, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, but like that's the other thing. Like she's literally like got a fucking table full of them. Like it's not like, all right, I've like. If she wants to have that conversation,
and Jay, it's what you said before about the menu. Yeah, it's the same thing. Carmy's not there to create the whole thing. Carmy's there for you.
Everything.
Yeah, she should say to Carmy, "Here's my favorite 4 plates. Which one do you prefer?"
Yeah, she didn't need to have like, I think there was literally like about like 20 to 25 like different combinations.
There was a lot of cutlery on that table.
There was a lot, and if she was like really not taking it seriously, but if she was really like wanting to sort of like step up, you'd edit that, you'd take that down. All right, so this is everything I've seen. I'm gonna take maybe these 6 or 7 to show them out of this like 26 that I've got there.
Yeah,
like you don't need to...
Sydney can't use Carmy as a broad filter to address her lack of confidence.
Yeah,
because that's what she's doing. She can't make a decision because she's too scared. So she's saying to Carmy, "Here's all of them. Which one do you think?"
And the other thing is, at the end of the last season, she literally said she wants to be a partner. So he's given her the license to be a partner. She's a partner in name.
Guess what? Sometimes the partner has to pick the plate by themselves.
Yeah, he's literally he's trying to
put
give
that on
her
a t-shirt.
I'm torn on this though, guys, because
I'm with Carmy on this.
You're not wrong. She absolutely should be stepping up, but he knows that the last time she did this, it did fail. Not that she failed necessarily, but it failed. So, like, if you didn't believe she was capable of doing it, maybe don't use the word partner, but like
you've got to give her the room to grow, though, man.
Yeah, but there's no growth that we're seeing because she doesn't know what to do.
So don't baby her. If instead of looking at the plate, just say to her, right, you pick the plate. Pick the plate and then show me what you pick. And then I'll tell you what I think.
I can't remember what's coming, but I feel like they're going to be doing this at some point, like butting heads over it.
There's also like that, like in the same episode where Sid and Sugar are like sort of like shit talking Carmy, and it's like, well, there's nothing stopping you two from like, again, there's nothing stopping Sid from asking Sugar and going, okay, can you help me from a budget side of things? What should I like my criteria be? so I can then whittle down my choices. Because
As we
at the
said,
end of the
Jay,
day,
the fact that the $55 plate is even on that table is an absolute disgrace.
Yes.
yeah, like when you're doing like any kind of like, because let's face it, it's an information gathering thing for air. Like when you're doing anything where you're gathering information, you don't want like useless information because it just clogs up the answers. You want it as finely tuned and tight as possible so you can get a definitive answer. So the fact that she's got like plates that she knows are out the budget and that she knows are gonna be like, and she knows Carmy's gonna pick the fucking one that's like that he can't have. Like she just cut that out. Just don't. All right. Well, this is the high end of what we can afford to pay, and this is the low end quality of what we don't really want to pay. And then, but
Yeah.
that's where she should be having conversations with Sugar.
I feel like
Sugar's,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Sugar's the finance side of things. She's like planning all the money of it. So she speaks to her. She finds out what her budget is per, as we say, per plate, and then she like picks out 6 or 7, presents them to Carmy. Carmy then goes, "I think these are the best ones," and then they've all collaborated on it. It's just rather than sitting Carmy down to look at this table full of fucking plates, she's like edited the criteria and then made it a little bit better for Carmy, who's a very indecisive man, but also a very particular man.
She's the weak link. Like she doesn't mean to be, but she's the weak
100%.
link, not him. Like she could have done a good, better, best. Like here's the good option.
Yeah,
here's the better. Here's
that
the
would have
best.
been.
Boom.
Or like I think Stacey said before, present him with the options. This is what we're having. If that's not good enough, fucking do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drops the chaos menu line on her right now, which feels like a hand grenade tossed into the middle of a war zone. I'm sure it does for that character because she's like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he just walks out.
Well, like especially because her and Tina were like in the restaurant till like 1 a.m. the night before.
Right.
I mean, I'd like if we could go home soon. Yeah.
Or was it in the restaurant or was it in Sid's place? It was
in the kitchen. It was in
like
a
kitchen.
the
Yeah.
kitchen. No, it can't be the kitchen because
It was in
no
a
kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah.
I
that's
suppose
a good point.
Sid's borrowed another restaurant's kitchen, hasn't she?
It'll be after hours. If it's 1 in the morning, it'll be after hours, won't it? Yeah.
Sugar
Yeah.
says, "You're not dropping this off because I'm pregnant, right?" I said, "No, you just been doing a lot lately, and I see that. You know, look, I know." He says, "You know what I want to say," and she goes, "I do. You don't have to say it. I'm good." I love that they're finally getting to a place of some sort of mutual understanding where they're fine. I think they're finally starting to heal to a large degree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is good to see. So,
Or they've dumped this project on themselves so they don't have to think about it. It's a column A, column B, I think, with it myself personally. Because, but at least they're talking to each other. At least she's allowed in the building now.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, exactly. Fact's still having the conversation with Tim. And Tim brings up Chingy, and he goes, "What, like the rapper?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And they're both. I love how they just keep carrying on this conversation. I like to think a lot of that's ad libbed as well.
Yeah.
I'm convinced not a single line of Facts is scripted.
His I found it on Netflix today. The man who plays Fact, whose name's his cookery show is on Netflix here as well.
I
now.
saw that. I need to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. It's my plans for this weekend. But yeah, no. As we've said many times, I think they just push him out there and go, get to the end, however you see fit. These are the beats you've got to hit, but whatever.
Well, considering he was a consultant on the show first, I'm almost convinced that like Fack wasn't a character who was planned in, and they just from conversations they were like, "Oh, we've got to put him in the show somehow. We've got to find a way to introduce this guy as a reoccurring character."
Again, do you want to see some magic? A isn't even the best Fact line in this, and it's a tremendous line.
It's so great. How do I distract him? I know. Yeah. We hear.
I just love his default is everyone loves magic. He's like a child, but he's so beautiful. Like it's
right. Yeah. We hear Carm. He's calling Claire, and he's telling her, "Hey, I know we were supposed to hang out later, but do you want to take a drive with me?" So she's going to accompany him to mail this thing. We hear Total Control by the Motels. Don't know if I've ever heard of that band. Playing and get a shot of Chicago traffic. Claire's driving Carm and tells him that she's fired up after resetting a guy's tibia. Tells him she's a horrible driver but that she loves driving. She's horrible at it. She just enjoys the risk of it. I'm thinking, boy, that's a terrible, like, oh my God, I'm not riding with her anywhere. Like, hey, I got somewhere today, didn't get killed. It was awesome. Yeah. Oof. She went to med school in New York and never drove, and now she's making up for it. He asked how gnarly residency is, and she says it's worse than you can imagine. And he mentions how much time it takes and that she must love it. 100 hours on and 1 off. And she throws it back on him and says the same thing about being in the restaurant business. And, says, well,
I think that's really, I think it's really important that they make that distinction.
Yes.
That connection, because it's, especially for doctors, I know, like, it's considered very hard to, like, date outside of your field as you're a doctor. And they're sort of making the comparison, like, look, both these people have, like, sort of horrible hectic schedules. Maybe they could be all right together.
Yeah, she says, you must love it too. And with no smile on his face, he goes, I do. And I'm thinking, has he ever in the course of this series said he loves doing this? Because didn't he say in that one group meeting with that he didn't really love doing this? He told Richie he didn't love it either, right?
He said something like he's been trying to find out how it's fun for him.
Right. Yes.
But when they sat downstairs and with the what is it, with the Beth shirt on, or whatever, with the
Beth. The birth.
The birth shirt. Like, well, you enjoy this, and he says, "No, I don't. Like, it's a job for Carmy. Like, and has he lost that passion that drove him?
He a bit burnt out?
Yeah, is he a bit burnt out? Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah,
but like JT said, it is that thing of, I think they're probably the only two professions I can think of that you have such long working hours. Like doctors, especially American doctors, like residency and stuff, and like hospitality staff, because you're working when everyone else is relaxing. So to pair them up together is they've got a shared bond there. I just love Claire as well in this episode.
Oh, she's so great.
Can we shout out? Yeah, Molly Gordon is phenomenal as well. Like she's a fantastic actress, fantastic person. She plays Claire so well. Like there's so much, like. I don't think tentativeness is the right word, but there's so much. It's like you can see these. This becomes more apparent the more time these two spend together in this episode. And this is the real, like, sort of emotional meat of the episode. This is why I consider it a feel good episode, even though like the stress will come back in, because it's about these two, like, reaching out from, like, their past trauma to, like, sort of comprehend the idea that they could both be happy together.
She challenges him in the right ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenged him. Back at the culinary school, very quickly, Tina's invited to a bar afterward with some of the crew after the shift is over. Then we go back to the restaurant.
Well, they only invite her because she overhears.
Overhears.
Oh, that's fair.
That last turns around and goes, "Oh, we're all going.
Oh, yeah, we're all going. You can come if you want. You know."
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, yeah," because she's
the old one, and like,
I've been in this situation, and I've just gone and turned around and walked. It's not for me. Like,
yeah,
I can't sing, so.
I love we go back to the restaurant and Sugar once again is trying to talk to somebody about her pregnancy that really doesn't want to hear about it.
she can only talk to tradesmen about it for some reason.
That's it. Yeah, only tradesmen. I love that.
God, I've never made that connection when I watched it. Yeah.
Like, she's like, I just don't know if I can bring a child into this world. What do you think? He's like, I'm just here to put the wiring in, mate. You know?
Yeah. She's like, need anything? He goes, no. And you? Like, why are you talking to me? Yeah, it's a never-ending hellfire of a planet. He goes, okay, sounds good. Like, he didn't know what to say to her. I'm thinking, dude, do you not have kids? Can you not at least talk to this lady? I don't know. Richie comes barreling into the room, yelling, Natalie, yo, why is Cicero coming down here and accusing us of pissing away his money? She goes, probably because we're pissing away his money. He goes, yo, if we're going to be partners, you got to trust me. We are not partners. Like, where'd that come from? Oh, the guy walks up and he goes, we got a problem, boss. Richie goes, boss, you see that? She goes, he wasn't talking to you. And the guy says, I wasn't talking to you.
He wasn't talking to you.
Oh, I love it, though. I'm here for it. In season 1, he would have been a complete D-bag about this. But, like, he's just being himself here. Like, you know, I don't know. But the guy says the HVAC's not working. It's a power problem. He says, amperage. Richie thinks he knows about what that is, but they correct him. It's like, oh, amperage. This is what it is. Like he just tells me.
I've got a bit of amperage trivia for you.
Oh, go on.
So, according to a restaurateur who commented on this episode, the issue with the amperage is that, quote, every restaurant space has a maximum allotment of electricity that your panel receives and can distribute to your appliances throughout the space. If you exceed it, you can blow the circuit or black out your panel. In this episode, the restaurant faces a dilemma. There isn't enough power for the HVAC, heating and air conditioning unit, and major amperage suck. Amperage is determined by the size of the electrical cable feeding power into the space, either from a power line or often in cities from an in-ground cable. So you either need to make do with what you have or change it, which in a city like New York or Chicago would mean getting the government base to come in and dig into the concrete to put a bigger cable in.
They're not going to do that.
We see later what Richie's solution is.
Yeah, right. Brilliant. Yeah.
Richie's such a dad because that's exactly what my dad would do. Like, yeah, it's fine.
She wants to know what it means, and she's told that all the appliances are draining the power. And the first electrician she tries talking to says, "Need some of that hellfire." I love that he threw that up. Richie goes, "Hellfire is my specialty." She goes, "Oh, you have a specialty, do you?" And that's when he says, "I'm not like this because I'm in Van Halen. I'm in Van Halen because I'm like this." Best line of the entire series. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to use that in conversation. I might use it on one of you guys.
That is a top like 3 all-time Richie line. Like,
so great.
Yeah, that's outstanding.
At that point, we can just turn this off and quit recording. That's great.
Roll
it's not quite as good as when he comes in and calls everybody replicants.
Yes.
That was a good week. Yeah.
That was a great one. Yeah.
Boink Studios YouTube is the home of Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Subscribe to the channel for archives that date back to 2014, with new content being uploaded every week. And check out boinkstudios.com for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Bookmark the site today.
Carmy and Claire are dropping off the permit. They're putting it into that mailbox we talked about. I think Jimmy just wrote a note to someone that says, "Get this done or I'll break your legs," or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, there's just a check in there.
There's just a check. Yeah.
Just, it's the modern day equivalent of a brown paper envelope stuff fully used notes, isn't it?
Well, they mentioned earlier on, don't they, that I think Sugar mentions to Cicero or Cicero mentions to Sugar that it's going to cost him like an extra couple of $100 to sort the permits out, basically, or
fast track the process.
Surely, surely Jimmy's a well-connected guy. Surely he's got some tradesmen on speed dial that he can just
Good
like
point.
go.
Jimmy,
The amount of building permits that man deals with.
Well, this is the liquor permit, so this is a government thing. So you need someone on the government liquor board who's going to fast track you, who you can pay a bit of money.
Jimmy will know someone.
Oh yeah. I mean, he literally he doesn't explicitly say to Sugar, but he basically says to him when they're stood at the front of the shop, he's like, "Do you want me to do a bribe?" And she's like, "Yes, please."
Yeah, please. There's one thing go right. Jimmy's not going to get tradesmen involved because he's kind of like, I don't care if it fails or not. Like the less hands-on he has of it, like the less it's going to cost him in the long run.
Good point.
Plus, all Jimmy's tradesmen are probably like unionized. Like they mix concrete to put onto lads' feet and dump them in the river. Like,
yeah, they got.
They know where Jimmy
Hoffa
Hoffa is. Yeah,
that's the problem.
He also did try and get Richie to deal with plumbing previously, as we know, and that went horrifically.
That's where the Richard name came from. I think.
And he was using the wrong number. So yeah, all right, I've answered my own question there.
There you go. Back at the restaurant, Sugar's complaining to Sid about Richie, and then Sid in turn complains about Carmy to Sugar, and she immediately tries to take it back. She goes, "No, it's okay. He sucks." But at least he's hanging out with Claire, and Sid stops what she's doing and says, "Who's Claire?"
Oh, yeah.
And then it cuts, and I'm like, that's a hard cut to make after she responds that way. Like, I wasn't thinking, has she always maybe been attracted to Carm? No, I think it's more like, wait a minute, what's this now? Like,
I think it's more like she realizes Carmy probably needed like some breathing space.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't outright say it, but obviously like Sugar's like, you're not gonna say it, but I know what you're thinking, sort of thing. Which is like, him saying I need breathing space, but he's not saying it to Sid because again he doesn't want Sid to take it the wrong way, that he's just like shaking his duties, so to speak.
Mm.
I mean, man's probably exhausted from like running back and forth like from those spots to try and get to 5 seconds.
I think it's a cool episode here that we're talking about because it's really the first time we get to see him kind of as a human, interacting with a female and just breathing and having normal conversations. And
not even just a female, just people who aren't in the restaurant.
That's true too. Yeah,
like,
for real.
Like when he's just talking to the guys at the party, like you can see it's almost as if he doesn't know how to.
He finally cuts loose after a little while, doesn't he? Like it takes him. He's a bit stiff at first, but then.
But it's not to like get too far ahead, but it's wild that the reason why he does that is because they mistake him for someone else.
Yeah,
I love those bits. Yeah, that's great. They're in the car and they're talking to each other, and she admits to stealing gum as a kid. Oh, loads of gum, I think is what she says. Of course, gum, of course. Like, why would you pay for gum, right? That she doesn't say that, but that's kind of how it feels. She said it was really thrilling. And she sat behind him in algebra, which he does not remember. And that he was always drawing something. And that we get into a weird story about really short pants.
This was so strange.
So odd.
Because like early on, Carmy has a thing for like vintage denim.
Yeah. Ooh,
and then it's kind of only hinted at again when I think Sydney comes round. And he just moves some jeans out of the oven again.
Yeah.
But apparently he's got some weird kind of.
So it's like I had this great idea for these pants, and then it turns out that actually they already existed, and like someone already made them to a very high standard.
I think the whole point is that like with the hospitality industry, a lot of it's never your first choice. Like Carmy basically fell into it, and he literally become the best chef he could out of spite towards the fact that Mikey wouldn't let him work.
Yeah, no kid
business.
in school is like drawing pictures of themselves being a chef, being like, I want to be a chef and all that.
Right.
It might be, but as soon as the reality of it sets in, and it's like, well, enjoy never seeing your family.
Clearly wanted to be like a fashion designer or something. Or like,
he just really liked trousers.
Or just he's into denim, so maybe he wanted to make his own line of jeans.
It's just a really bizarre bit, but
it's all fluff too, isn't it? Like,
conversation.
It doesn't matter, but it fleshes out Carmy a bit of just the little boy who wanted to make trousers.
Again, though, the way this is kind of like framed is the same way that previous scenes with Carmy and Claire is like that one where they're leaning against the fridge doors talking. It's like it's pillow talk. And I think, and that's the whole point of it is like because it's very very close angles. They're both tilting their heads, leaning against the headrest of the car, and it is literally like the line in bed, right? Yeah, but it's literally like they're lying in bed, just talking, like, but it's their version of like lying in bed, staying up talking all night is just leaning against things and having a random ass conversation.
And in a way, it's what you do when you're a teenager with your girlfriend at the time, and like they've not had that. Like they basically allude to it, like they had this like missed shared childhood that they never like connected properly. Like
there's a point where later on, doesn't she? She says like, I've never had a conversation with you.
Yeah, there's a point where Carmy's like, I really wish you talked to me more.
Yeah.
Well, again though, like the whole the thing with the whole party is that like Carmy missed that like part of his life because he fucked off to Copenhagen to become the best chef in the world.
He never went to college, and so he just abandoned this whole facet of his life. But even when he was in school, like Claire's like, you were really shy, and Carmy's like, you had a load of friends, and like I wanted that, but like I couldn't quite have it. And like Mikey was like the cool brother, wasn't he? Mikey was the cool one, so Carmy was like in his shadow a bit. You get the feeling.
They're saying all that right here, and she says Mikey was cool, like he would just set something on fire,
which is such a chaos way of that's cool. He just burned something. Brilliant.
It's just, but Mikey was high school cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
In the real world, he fell.
If you get the feeling like, so we'll get to the party in a minute, but like you get the feeling like if Mikey was still here and he hadn't got sucked into the black hole that was the restaurant, he'd have been at that party.
Yeah, the guy getting arrested for setting off fireworks.
Yeah. She apologizes for not for bringing it up, or for not bringing it up earlier. He says it's okay. And she's like, I like thinking about him. And she suddenly stops and says, speaking of dead brothers, you want to go to a party? Go to a party. And I'm like, man, this is some very dark humor in the show, dude. And he's like, he just has that look like, all right, like, I don't think I've ever been to a party, he says. I'm on the record in high school. Tom was the fat comic book nerd. Tom didn't get invited to any parties. And so I never went. I was never in an environment with red Solo cups. This is a true story.
Me neither.
Ever. All right, I take that back. I was at a party one time with a friend of mine, but I wasn't my decision, and everyone's drinking, and Tom didn't drink, and my buddy didn't drink, so we're just kind of sitting there having comic book nerd conversations, and we were very much Big Bang
Turn the
Theory.
music down, please. We're trying to talk about comics.
Right? I mean, honestly, that's what we were doing. I'm like,
I'm fine at the Silver Surfer first. No, but to be fair, like that's me at parties now. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I'm like,
And Joe, to quote a different show, do we look like the type of people that go to wicked parties?
Yes, exactly. Like, no, I mean, but I never go. No. I mean, I'd be the first to say that I don't think any of us were particularly cool kids in high school or whatever. So,
No, speak for yourself.
Well, all right, Dad. All right, the Fonz, calm down. But yeah,
That was
no,
cool.
it's like, and those things never really appeal to me anyway. And especially for you, if you don't drink, hanging around drunk people when you're sober is the worst.
yeah, I never saw the appeal of it. They seemed like they were having fun, but I'm like, I don't want it. We hear Pretty in Pink by the Psychedelic Furs playing at this house, and there's a lot of people there, beer pong, lots and lots of beer pong. And she asks if he's okay, and he says, not remotely.
Man, they got food on the table as well. They got like takeout, like loads
I
of
was
food.
going to say, there's like boxes of chicken
Throwing like
tenders.
cheese balls all over the place.
She says, we'll just stay like 15 minutes. Let's have some sort of code. And he goes, I like that. What's the code word? He's like, well, how about let's get the hell out of here? She's like, I really like that. So that's the code phrase is let's get the hell out of here.
Interesting little detail here. Carmy grabs a Coke and not a beer.
Yeah.
Or she hands him a Coke and not a beer. He doesn't take a drink.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a relative, because I think you do see him drink in the first season. Do you?
I think he has a beer or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see him drunk.
know.
You see him drink. But I don't know if that's like since he's been going to the meetings, has he thought like maybe he's decided that he's not gonna.
Possibly.
Kind of feels like a bad decision.
There's a beautiful line about this in a bit as well, which we'll get to.
Yeah, suddenly a guy named Kyle comes up and recognizes Carmy.
Best supporting character in the show.
Oh, man.
Everyone's got a Kyle, haven't they?
Yes. I think this guy might be hanging out with Cocaine Derek and Ted Lasso. I'm just saying.
just the line where he's like, oh yeah, I got really into Ambien, and I
robbed a T-Mobile
and stole a load of cell
Stole some
phones. And he's like, yeah, it's an addition. And Carmy's like, yeah, Ambien's heavy shit, man. He's like, no, not the Ambien, the breaking of the T-Mobile. That's what I'm addicted to.
I got hardcore fixations. Yeah. Claire's talking. Listen, these people are so stuck in high school. Kelly's on the couch going, she's just blubbering like a kid.
She's having a high school breakup.
This is the
girl, like her early 30s.
The girl sat on the stairs crying. Yeah. This song is about me. Yeah.
Oh my God.
35. Grow up.
Right. Yeah. This is not me, guys.
Also, if you're with someone for 5 years and they never made you dinner, get rid of that.
That's a sign. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the few skills we as men have to impress women.
Yeah.
That and juggling.
That juggling. Claire, my God.
And apparently magic.
And apparently magic. Yeah. Claire says no one's ever made me dinner before either, and of course that sparks Carmy. Oh my God, because we know what that's going to mean.
I do that all the time.
All the time. I did it all the time.
If only you were dating a restaurateur.
No, right?
Well, you like Findus crispy pancakes?
You can see though, like when she's like when they're talking about like how shitty this ex was, you can see like the little flickers in Carmy's eyes, like the fear of like, oh no, this is what I'm like teetering on the edge of here. Like this is what I'm effectively committing to.
Good call. Oh my God. Yeah. Kelly looked, he's just kind of looking around, and she drags him into it. Am I stupid? And he's like, what? No, he's the one that's stupid. Like he don't know how to get it out. You know what I mean?
No, it was the other guy.
He's the one stupid. Claire sees he's not into this, and Kelly starts crying because someone's setting off fireworks. Who's setting off fire? And of course, it's Kyle, right?
Kyle,
of course,
using a
Kyle's
Roman
holding
candle
Yeah,
as a
he's holding a
penis.
Roman candle like a penis. Why wouldn't he be? Kyle's
Of course.
an absolute god, as far as I'm concerned. Kyle was the coolest kid in high school, and like he that was the peak of his entire life, and he didn't know it at the time.
Yes.
A lot of these people peaked in high school.
He's
We
now
go from-
on episodes of like Love After Lockup. Yeah.
I was gonna say Cops. Yeah, but yeah. that
Well,
makes
yeah,
sense.
similar ones after the other. But yeah.
He's running in the trailer park. He's running. Yeah. We
Suspect
go
is hatless. Repeat, hatless.
right. We go from this back to the bar real quick with the crew. They're doing karaoke, and who knew? Tina has a voice. We keep
But
crossing
this-
wires with Ted Lasso, and it made me think of Rebecca, honestly. So
This though, where she walks in and it's clearly a kids bar.
yes.
Oh yeah, hey, respect for Tina, because if I walked into that bar, I'm turning straight back around and going
Yeah.
back out again.
I'd have gone, nah, it's not. They were singing Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins, but that's not
Yep.
enough to make me stay.
No. She sings Before the Next Teardrop Falls by Freddie Fender. When I was a kid growing up, that was a name that I heard mentioned. So he's like late 70s into the 80s.
Did you
kind
not
of singer.
see as she went over at the table, the last who invited her went, "Oh hey," and no one really else acknowledged her.
Mhm.
It was more
And
like,
she-
it was
she
like,
kinda like-
you're here.
She kind of like turns her back on her as well as she says after she
Yeah.
says it.
And I'm
Like,
like,
goes back to the
all
conversation.
right.
Yeah.
all
Well,
right,
but then-
fine. Tina goes
I-
and pounds some shots at the bar and nails it.
But I
Pro
think
move.
as
Absolute
well, like
pro move.
with that, like I feel like it's Tina being confident in herself because she's like getting all the like this opportunity, like even just getting invited to go there. Like she wouldn't have done that in the beef. Like
Mm.
it would have been Richie going, "Oh, do you want to go to this bar and I'll tell you stories about me and Mikey getting drunk and Bill
Yeah.
Murray shouting at us and stuff like that."
But yeah, it's to show her confidence in herself and also
Yeah.
the juxtaposition of what she's adapted to her new
Well,
life.
But also
Whereas
then everyone,
Abraham hasn't.
yeah, all the people from the school who see her are really surprised and like
Well, there was a bit at the start where she started singing, and I don't know whether it was just me or like. But
the
I think
first note, she's kind of shaky.
So
like
no,
she's trying to
someone
write flat.
someone says something as she starts singing, and I couldn't make out what it was. But then it all kind of drops away, and you get like her voice is pretty good, but you get these bits where I don't know whether they've deliberately like increased the microphone at certain points to amplify it weirdly. But it's just a really good scene, and yeah, she absolutely nails it, and it's
So also, Lisa Colonze has won a primetime Emmy for this episode for her performance in this
Oh.
episode.
Nice.
Pretty good.
She's been on Broadway and whatnot, but I don't think she's ever been known as a singer. But I'm sure on Broadway she sang. But man, she sounds great here.
she's got some
actually.
pipes on her, yeah.
Yeah. Back at the other party, we hear "Here Comes the Night" by Them. As a guy walks up, and mistakes Carmy for someone named Logan, and Carm just goes along with it. They end up playing beer pong because, of course, they do, and they're putting
And
Carmy over.
hang on, what's the story he's telling? It's about pants.
Right? Yes. They're like,
Yep.
you're one of the first people I knew that ever made a website, and he's like, "Yep," and he's going along with it.
But I think like
On a strange brag.
I feel like for that, like he probably doesn't want to talk about the restaurant. Like
No,
Yeah.
it's a chance for him to be someone else
It-
for just
it's,
a moment.
yeah, it's literally like a way for him to just kind of like let off steam and just forget about all the other shit that's got like all the other noise that's around him.
He literally slips into somebody else's shoes because they literally say to him, "You're this person." He's like,
Oh,
"Yes,
you're
I
that
am
guy."
person."
I used to do it when I went out drinking with my mate when I was younger. I used to
Well-
pretend to be French.
Well, it's like the complete opposite of obviously when he's at the kids party in season 1, and
Mm.
like that guy says, "Oh yeah, he came back because he wasn't such a big shot after all," and then Pete's like, "Going, no, he's like the best chef ever," and it's like the complete like and you can see how uncomfortable he is when people are heaping all this praise on him.
Mm.
So for him to just pretend to be some guy who's like, and it just so happened is like, oh yeah, he like become what Carmy was like fantasizing about becoming. Like it is just a way for him to kind of like quiet all the noise, isn't it?
I like that actually. Yeah. Yeah, he's telling that story about altering someone's pants to make him think he's growing like crazy. And Clara comes to get him, and she's playing along with what the story is. And as they walk off, the guy goes, "Classic Logan, man." He still thinks this guy's Logan.
When it cuts to them in the kitchen, that massive tub of cheese puffs on the side.
Yeah.
You could drown a child in that. Like,
Yeah, right.
Unhealthy amount of what's it. But yeah, the fact that she plays along, she's like, "Are you okay, Logan?" Like, they're so good for each other.
She says Logan's a real animal, and he's like, "Yeah, the thing about Logan is he just doesn't give a fuck." Just good. Yeah, he says that was really nice with Kelly. You're really good at that. And she's like, "Good at what?" And he goes, listening. She's like, "Yeah, in college, everyone would come back to my house after parties, and I think I got really good at managing sad, drunk people." He says, "Yeah, I know that feeling." She goes, "I know you do." He says,
that right there, that's
it.
the crux of this whole like episode, and like their sort of like shared like need to sort of reach out and be with each other. Oh, that's the emotional like beat of the entire episode. What we've been building this whole time is that she I mean, we're getting very close to figuring out what we're talking about here, because it's coming up real soon. But yeah, that's like, it's because you forget it's easy to forget because they don't really talk about it too much, but like they have a lot of shared past history. They know a lot of the same people. They've had a lot of shared experiences when they're younger, a lot of shared trauma when they were younger, almost you could say, and like that's like forms the basis for and they both like went out and like worked. Well, Carmy went a lot further away physically, but they both went out and worked in different fields, progressed through their fields, and now they're like sort of reconnecting. Like now that they're almost trying to make the time later on in their careers. It's I'm rambling over here, but like that's the crux of everything that like their relationship's been building to, like that little moment there where they like have that little sort of shared acknowledgement of like a bit of like trauma from their past.
It's very true. Yeah, good point.
It feels like they're kind of acknowledging as well, though, they needed to go on that journey to get to where they are now.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't have been right for each other when they were younger because they were both so career focused.
Yeah, and in a way, like, and they were probably put dickheads when they were younger. Like, to be fair, like she was stealing gum and shit, and like, Mikey was a bad influence on Carmy probably growing up. So like they probably if they'd have got together at like 19, they would have like probably hated each other.
It would have been. She'd have got knocked up. It ruined everything. Like yeah. It's.
So there's almost like a sort of, like you say, there's like a duality. There's like a sadness that it's taken them this long to sort of come to this realization, but at the same time, maybe it's for the best because maybe now they're better for each other than they could have been when they were younger.
Yeah, good call. He realizes he missed the college thing, not missed it, but missed having it. And she goes, "Well, you were in France," and he goes, "Copenhagen." And she goes, "Go to Noma," and he goes, "Worked at Noma." She goes, "Heard it's all right." He says, "It's pretty good." I love they have that very not underwhelming, but very understated sense of humor back and forth. It's really good.
Easy banter, isn't it? Very sort of like,
it's like bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you give me a fake number? I love that she put him on the spot. Enough of this BS. Just freaking be honest with me.
Which is the same thing that he does to Sydney earlier in the episode. She just drops that right in there. Boom, fake number Y. Like when he says to Sydney, "No chaos menu," she says to him, "Fake number."
Yeah.
Like how the turntables.
Yeah. And he doesn't really give her an answer, does he?
Well, he sort of does.
I feel like he does, but it's a bit of a cop-out answer.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't so much as he kind of tells us, because we know more about his processes. It's because he's scared of being happy.
Yeah, like he says,
he doesn't want to give himself an opportunity
to be happy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give himself the opportunity of having this in case he ruins it somehow.
Yeah.
So if he takes it off the table by like shutting it down straight away, then it can never be a thing. I think he's scared of failure. And
yeah, I was gonna say, I think with Carmy, with like obviously the restaurant and a lot of the dishes he's making, he's got like complete control over that. And not so much with the restaurant, but like with like when he's making a dish, and when like look at the last episode where Marcus is getting shown how to make those desserts, and he's got like it's almost surgical precision.
Mm.
And Carmy's got that with that. Whereas, and he's literally said no chaos menu earlier as well. That's like a precursor to, well, being in a relationship is chaos because you've got no control over it. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got two people trying to make something work, and you've got no guarantees. Whereas like with the restaurant, he knows he's got all the ingredients there. He can put them all into this dish. He's going to make the dish exactly how he plans to make it. With this, he doesn't know.
He can't collaborate, whether it be professionally or in a relationship. He doesn't know how to share his life with somebody else in any capacity.
Because he's got no work-life balance either.
No.
He's literally like, it's just work. Goes home, nearly sets his jeans on fire.
But when he says to Claire, it's because I really, really, really like you. So it sort of implies to Claire that, like, I didn't give you my number because I didn't want to mess it up because I was too nervous. And it could be, you could say that way, or you could also, we know it's a bit more like he was just too scared to open himself up to the possibility that he could be happy. He could have something that would make him happy. Like, and then maybe he'd step away from the restaurant, and then maybe he'd have to think about everything, and maybe then his whole world would come crashing down around him. Who knows? We've discussed that he's he's getting a little bit better at it. He's going to the meetings, he's talking about things, but a lot of the reason he's done what he's done for the last however many years is because he's just trying to constantly keep on the move so that he never has to stop and think about how he's got there.
Yeah.
Another thing that's probably like worth thinking about as well with regards to that is that obviously, is he ready? Like, he's been through so much in the last what's the time?
For a relationship?
No, just to like sort of like not even for a relationship.
To let someone into his life.
Just to get close to someone, because he's very much like a broken man.
Well, that's the thing. He's running, isn't he? He's running from his past, and he's running. And so the second he stops and settles down, his entire past is going to kick him right up the ass.
Yeah, but exactly. But that's the other thing. Like, is he mentally ready to like have to deal with another person? Like, again, being responsible for
people always say, don't they? Like, you can't. A relationship won't fix you. You need to fix yourself before you.
Yeah.
Get into a relationship.
That's the point I was trying. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, you'll bring your baggage to it.
Yeah, because he seems to be using the restaurant as a way to distract.
A restaurant won't fix you, Jay. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He seems to be using the restaurant as a way to distract himself from all the
chaos menu won't fix your trauma.
Yeah,
a $55 plate is not going to solve it.
I don't know. Those plates are
silent. It's not the solution.
They were quiet plates.
Ninja plates is what they were.
Ugh.
So the fireworks are going off, and they hear sirens, and they go, "Okay, let's get the fuck out of here." And who knew they still busted up parties like this? So I don't think fireworks are legal in Illinois. She's going to go check on Kelly, and Kyle is getting cuffed and put into a car, busted for having fun.
I thought this was America.
Busted for having fun. The world doesn't suck enough, and they take you to jail for having fun.
You can't even say you're English; they'll throw you in prison anymore. Yeah.
You know what? Kyle's just McLovin when he grew up, isn't he?
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Getting busted by the cops, looking cool in front of his girlfriend.
Oh.
Kyle hasn't got a girlfriend. He's just
Kyle's girlfriend is some 16-year-old girl. Like, there's something not right.
Oh yeah, Kyle's Matthew McConaughey from.
All right. Yeah. Fast Times.
No.
Dazed and Confused?
Dazed and Confused. Sorry, yeah. Dazed and Confused. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. You know what I like about high school girls?
I keep getting older.
They keep getting younger. Yeah. They stay. Yeah. Back at her car, she says, "I think Kelly found a new boyfriend." Just this chick's a teenager. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah. She is an actual this
it's probably Kyle.
this party. Yeah, he says
she's gonna bail him out. She's gonna bail him out.
Got a thing for bad boys.
She said he
That's
works
where
for
Logan is now.
Company, and it's just Kyle with his fucking penis rocket. Yeah, this party is just Arrested Development. The party. Everyone here has.
I was gonna say you're 35 years old and you're having a high school party, like.
And that house is fucking trashed as well.
That table they were at, I was like, why is no one using the same cup twice?
Yeah.
Whose house is it? Also,
it's wasteful.
That's someone's parents' house. Someone's parents have gone away.
It's Kyle's house because he has
Yeah,
a party house that he invites all the high schoolers
Yeah,
round
but
to.
it's only when his parents go on holiday.
Like that weird American serial killer who was putting all the glass tubes down lads' knobs.
Because he lives with Kyle still lives with his parents, and like, he only
We
gets
just
the house
circled.
when they go on holiday.
We just circle back to pre-podcast episode today.
Anyway.
This conversation,
Quick,
It's always
dive
on
into
my
the Juggle
mind.
Brothers.
right?
The Chuckle Brothers never did nothing to no one's Pete.
To me, to you.
We hear "Strange Currencies" by REM playing as he invites her.
Great song, great
Yeah.
song.
Oh, yeah.
I really love
recently.
the use of like less famous REM songs in this season.
I've only recently got into REM and like the early stuff. The late stuff. I'm not such a big fan of, but yeah, like the
lot
college
of their-
radio stuff is
A lot of their album stuff's like this song's it's got real like cool, like really good mood vibes.
yeah.
They're okay. I can't really get into them. I respect them as a band, but I just can't really get into them.
It's weird that they came from the same town as the B-52s,
Right?
Yeah,
like opposite ends of the musical spectrum. Massively.
Athens, Georgia.
Yeah, as my wife said before when I was playing the B-52s, why is this? And I was just like, what have you got? Like, it was what was it? It was I think it was Strobe Light. I was like, it's got all the B-52 classics in it. Fred Schneider doing this, the women screaming in the background, and some surf guitars. Like that's it. That's the holy trinity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. I can't follow that up. What do you want me to say?
No,
I got nothing for
No,
you.
no, no. Love Shack is garbage. Listen to the
Terrible. It is
Yeah.
so terrible.
It's all about Rock Lobster.
album.
Oh,
It's
God.
good. It is good, but like,
No, I'm
It's-
moving on. Now you're going to make me move on because I ain't talking about that.
okay.
Sugar and Richie are yelling at each other at the restaurant because, of course, they are. And Sid is just caught in the middle because, of course, she is. Richie tried to add amperage by plugging into a generator, and God, he's a freaking moron.
Well, no, you can see Richie's train of thought here. We don't have enough electricity.
He doesn't
Let me
mean
go-
to be a moron.
Let me go and steal electricity from somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They finally
You
calmed
need
down, but
electricity. I'll get you more electricity.
yeah, if that's what you need, I'll get it for you. Yeah. They finally calm down, but it takes a minute. Sid is trying not to act bothered, but it's
So-
clear that she's bothered.
Just before this as well, I think we got sidetracked. Carmy basically says, "I think I'm gonna do something stupid. Do you want to come see the restaurant?"
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a crazy idea. Yeah.
And it's like that. Obviously, she has an idea. It's kind of a big thing, but for us, the viewer, we know that's like huge. That he's bringing someone from the outside in that isn't there to like do the plumbing or the wiring or anything else.
Yeah. Right move.
Yeah, I think so.
After the conversation they've had, this is the make or break, isn't it? If you can
Well,
come at the restaurant, I know as soon as I walk in, someone's going to be screaming at someone.
the thing is as well though, like him kind of bringing Claire with him in a weird way diffuses the situation.
But I think it's important. I think if, like you say, Joe, I think if their relationship's going to succeed, then she needs to see this part.
Can
of
you
it.
see?
Yeah.
But then it's not this part of him because he's calm as anything. It's like he's like got this newfound like confidence. Like he's cool as a cucumber. He's like guys, what's going on?
Yeah. They finally calm down, but like I said, it takes a minute. And then Richie says to Claire, "Let me ask you, have you met Frank yet?" And she says, "Yeah, and he's pretty great." And to diffuse the situation, Carmy starts telling everyone, "Thank you, it was a great day." And like he's trying to get everyone to shush and go home. And when he says it was a great day, Sid, dude, that look, right?
Mm.
Like,
Did you know? So just to track back, but did you notice when Claire comes in, she calls Richie cousin?
Yeah.
oh, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah. Oh,
Richie's everyone's cousin.
But even then, when Richie gives her a hug, she kind of recoils as well.
It's Richie. He smells like
It's like,
cigarettes
oh.
and brute, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
she says hi. Obviously she knows Sugar. She says hi to Sugar straight away. She starts
true.
like,
Yeah.
they've all, like I said, they've all.
it's like, do you
grown
want to
up.
meet my friends, all of whom you already know? Because
Already
they're literally
know.
the same friends I had 20 years ago,
Except for
Well,
Sydney.
they're mostly my family. Yeah.
except for this one girl who I now pay to be here.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's like as you say, like Tom when he says we've had a great day in Sydney, kind of like gives him that look, and then she goes good night, and he's like, whoa, what?
He's,
What the fuck?
what's that? Yeah, what's that mean? She goes, nothing, just saying good night. Yeah.
She, again, though, like they're all fucking terrible at communicating with one another.
Terrible.
Yeah.
They need to be having like a fucking weekly meeting of
Daily
what are we? Well,
hourly meeting. I'm saying.
No,
Like,
they need, I'd say at least a weekly meeting to plan what they're doing for the week. Then a meeting like maybe at the end of the day for 10 minutes just to establish what's been done. Like they don't have to be like micromanaging it, but fucking hell, like just have a conversation.
yeah.
Because like as we've said, like throughout this episode, we've got like a better idea of ways they could have managed this than they're doing.
For sure. Yeah, I'm a big checklist guy. I always start with a checklist and I go back to it. And if I forget things, I'll actually add them to the checklist, especially if it's something I'm going to do again later. That way I've got a well-positioned checklist. That's who I am. I have to have things laid out in front of me or it makes me nuts.
I mean, they've got that thing on the wall, but
It's
I don't know
chaos.
whether any of that is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so we don't know what date we're on it, do we? Because there's an actual bit on the calendar where it says Carmy and Sid menu meeting or something like that. That's shown like later, like it's shown in a couple of moments after after the last little running.
Yeah, everyone's leaving and Carmen's showing Claire the kitchen where the workstations are going to be.
Even before then, when like Richie, like everyone's leaving except for Richie, and Richie, you can see Richie's like really panicking, and like he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to," and Carmy's like, "Let's just go home.
It's like,
Have a good
cousin,
night."
cousin, good night. He gives him the Van Halen line too. Like he's grasping at straws, man.
I think he's really proud of that as well.
None of
it
the
is.
bravado that he used it with before. It's almost
Nothing.
like he's. I'm not in Van Halen. It's the dichotomy of Richie of bravado and sadness, and there's just nothing in between the two bits.
Again, it kind of like goes back to the first episode where first episode of the season where Richie's kind of like struggling to find purpose, and he doesn't want the restaurant to kind of strip all of the old out and him be part of the old that goes away with it. And that's why he's trying to be like.
That's why he's there.
He's trying to be that. He's trying to be useful because he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to be left. And Carmy's going to keep him around. Carmy will find something for him. It's just figuring out what it is. But at the end of the day, like, he's so desperate for like approval because, as I said, like, Carmy's filling that void that Mikey's left for him now.
It was this. I think we did. I didn't mention it, but it's when Sugar and Sydney is like, he's doing my head in. Can you find him something to do?
Yeah.
Like
something like a little bit. And
what's it? I have to.
Something that isn't really important, but it'll just keep him busy for a bit.
I have to find him jobs that if he fucks them up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, that is literally like just get him doing some painting, but can't do the painting until the drywall's done.
Which then requires the plumbing, which requires the electrician.
Like, Jay, we know what's coming. You don't, but we know what's coming. And we know that what Richie's place is going to be. I'll just leave it there. And when everything matures and evolves, you're like, oh my God, this is, wow. But like right now, he doesn't have a place. Like everybody said, it doesn't make any sense. Why is he still here? He does. There's no skill. He's not doing anything.
I think though, like that's kind of. So, was it Sid that suggested, obviously, like the training for Marcus and Ibra and Tina, or was it Carmy?
I think it was Sid.
So that's almost kind of like again, if Sid's got the ideas, she's thought of, we can train these people this way, but then she doesn't like Richie. She's dismissive of Richie. So she's therefore not thought of what can we do to actually help Richie improve this place.
Exactly right.
They're investing so much in everyone, and again, that's why Richie's being the way Richie is, because they're investing so much in Marcus and Ibra and Tina, that Richie's just like he's like a spare part. He's like he doesn't know what he does
Good point.
and
Yeah.
where he fits in. And I think that's a failing that again it's on all of them because they're just treating Richie like he's the fucking same pain in the ass that he was. And again, Carmy could quite easily have gone, actually, no, I think Richie might be good at this or might be good at that. But it's equally on Sid and Sugar that they've not thought, well, what can we get Richie to do so when we open he brings this to the table, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point, yeah. Because by the time he finally gets Richie to leave, and things are starting to get quiet, and he shows her the workstations and everything, and he's leaning in for a kiss, and they hear Fac, and Claire immediately says, "Fac attack." Like she knows who it is.
It's the fact that he's in all black and he's got
Why
goggles.
is he dressed like a ninja?
He said he was on the roof.
Yeah, I was on the roof waiting for Richie.
Richie was meant to help. He was meant to help Richie.
Waiting for
steal
the
electricity.
CIA to come and airlift him out for an op.
I love how Richie just left and just didn't go and get him.
I went, yeah.
It's like
He
come
goes
back
like
to-
half. He goes to go halfway home in the car and be like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah,
I wanted-
Fac's on the roof still.
I wanted
That's
Fac to
my
come
fault.
down. I wanted Fac to come down like Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
I feel like Richie would have probably deliberately left Fac on the roof. He didn't care.
It's not the first time he's abandoned him
He
somewhere.
probably found it funny that all right, like Carmy's telling me to leave. I'm taking my wires, but I'm gonna leave Fac on the roof all night because it'll be fucking hilarious.
It's probably not the first time he's lived on a roof. Let's be honest.
100%. 100%. Fac's definitely been left like locked in a room or on a roof.
Fac, who's that? It's Claire. I made that happen.
Yeah, I did that. Because I know you did, and thank you, but you have to go.
But
He
you
goes,
have to
wait,
go.
wait, Carm, she is the best. He goes, I know. And he goes, so are you. And Carm says, I love you, buddy. And Fac goes, I love you too, so much, but I need my tools. And Carm says,
Fuck your
fuck your tools. and Fac goes, very well.
Very well.
I love that.
But
Who says very well?
but also
Fac does.
Fac's not gonna need his tools. Like,
Well, there's
he'll
the bit
be
when
back in the morning, won't he? Let's be
there's
honest.
the bit when Rich is refusing to leave because he thinks someone's going to come in and strip the copper wiring out.
Yeah, I need to protect the copper. Yeah.
Like the door's still
Is-
locked.
Is Richie still living in the restaurant? Is that what's going on? Is that why he's so desperate to not leave because he's got to go? He doesn't want to go home. He's just living in the restaurant,
I don't know.
protecting the
question.
wire.
Protecting the wire.
But yeah, the door's still shuttered. Like it's
Yeah.
fine.
Still locks.
Claire smiles at him from the kitchen, and he goes in and kisses her. And that's how we end the episode, kids. As
Well,
Can't Hardly Wait by the Replacements is playing.
Which-
Yeah,
Which Fac earlier calls the greatest like high school song ever written.
it is literally the song that I think that and like "I'm the One" by the Descendants are like those college songs, those like love sick teenager songs of like. It's difficult to describe, but go and listen to it. Go and listen to it because it's a fantastic song. But it is that it's just that it's like an upbeat tragic love song. Like it's
So-
great.
So to talk about like specifically like the final scene of this, and it's very much an episode that's sort of it's framed like a bit of a love, like a rom-com love film sort of almost, with Claire and Carmy. So Joanna Kalo apparently prepared for shooting this episode by watching 16 Candles and Risky Business,
Brilliant.
which are both
Yeah.
sort of teenage,
John Hughes,
love
Rite
films,
of Passage.
but they're also both set in Chicago.
They are,
Uh,
yeah. John Hughes always said his
I
movies
thought
in
it was always
Chicago.
in Shermer, Illinois.
I thought it was always in Chicago. Maybe you're right.
I was generally thought it's Shermer,
Or, you
Illinois.
know,
Big...
It's the same.
No,
thing,
because it's the bit in.
Yeah, it's like it's
in-
probably like a suburb of
it's
Chicago.
a not real place.
yeah, it's well, the Chicago described as Chicago centric.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But yeah,
Well, kids, there's
there's-
episode 5.
So she says specifically like the final scene as well. She thought in terms of quote a gorgeous close up with some glowy light that is just very classic romantic comedy, which is what I was trying to reference.
I like that too.
it does have that bit of they're trying to kiss and people keep interrupting them, and building up, and as he walks away to talk to Fac, she does the thing of ooh, like it's.
But it almost subverts it though, because like you think, oh, they're about to kiss, and then like Fac comes back, and then the moment's gone. But then now, because they're adults, they still want it. They just go for it.
Yeah.
And think, oh, we're
If
adults,
anything, I'd be more inclined to kiss someone if I'd just seen Fac.
yeah, Fac would rev my engine. to the point where
Increases kissing capacity 80% minimum. Yeah.
I just deep kiss Fac. I'd be like, sorry, Clay, you missed your window. Me and Fac are just gonna go up to the.
Have you seen him? He's dressed like a ninja.
That man had goggles.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Have you seen that man make poutine? Like, goddamn, I wanted to cook for me.
It goes back to the episode where Carm realizes he's his best friend. He's like, yeah, he is my best friend. Like it just gets him, like, you know. But yeah, they're best friends. So I think Fac's very happy about that too, by the way, that they are best friends.
Oh yeah.
So episode 5 in the can, kids. Halfway point to the end of season 2. It's in the distance. We're looking at it. It's over the horizon. We'll get there eventually. Before we get out of here, guys, what do you guys think about final thoughts? Jay, let's start with you. What's your final thoughts on this one?
I know what episode's next, and you guys have been talking about it all. Pretty much since day one, and I'm an anxious wreck. And I also saw how long it is, and that's made me more anxious.
Oh yeah,
because it's like an hour and 6 minutes.
It might be the first 2-parter. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Set aside a block of time. Yeah.
I'll set aside a lot of time to cry. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I think it did the right amount of kind of like building the tension that, you know, any minute now something's going wrong, and then obviously, as I said, like,
when are they going to get to the fireworks factory?
Well, exactly. They were.
His home planet needs him.
Kevin got there already.
Kevin lives in it.
That's
Kyle. Sorry,
Kevin's
Kyle.
house. Or Kyle, sorry. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. And there was a lot of tension building. It ended with Carmy having something nice, which means something terrible is going to happen. If not this next episode, the one after, because whenever something good happens to Carmy, good happens to Carmy in this fucking show, like within 2 episodes, everything's on fire and he's having a terrible time.
Should change his name to Karma.
He should.
I like that, actually.
Keep it in.
So Joe, what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's beginning to show that the deadline they've set themselves is insane, borderline insanity. The cracks are starting to show. Like, Carmy's distracted with Claire, which I can see why. But he also owes Uncle Jimmy, you know, $500,000 now. So it's priorities, but it's just setting up all of these pieces to eventually topple like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Yeah.
And the next episode is nothing to do with any of this.
No, nothing. But buddy, it's yeah.
But it explains so much.
It does. We finally go, oh, that's why people act the way they act. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I'm scared.
You should be.
You should be.
And you know what's funny? I don't think we prepared you enough, to be honest.
If you make it through it in one sitting, you're a braver man than me.
Yeah.
Tasty like gave me a bit of a like brief about this when we were away at the weekend, and he was like, it's not that bad. You'll be all right. And then he was like, actually no, it is probably going to like upset you a lot. I was like, oh, good.
Yeah,
two bits that genuinely upset me.
Yeah, it's intense. Tasty, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, another nice. I know that the temperatures rise and yada yada yada. It looks a lovely, nice episode. Carmy had a lovely time. He got to do lovely kissing with Claire. And the bear's never going to be stressful again. It's fine.
Right. Oh, can't even hold that one in, can we? Well, folks, there you go. As we said before, 5 episodes in the can, halfway point to the end of season 2. Thanks everybody for tuning in for following along. If you're following along in real time, we hope you are enjoying the ride, and we appreciate you very much. Please remember to keep sharing the show wherever you can. Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear, available on Boink Studios on YouTube and on boinkstudios.com. You will find links to the gentlemen you see before you. All their podcasts are linked on the website, and you'll find content dating all the way back to 2014 on the Boink Studios YouTube. So a little something for everybody. If you like streamers being reviewed, if you like movies, if you like albums being reviewed, if you like sports, novels, you name it, we do it. Video games, we've got everything covered. So please go check it out and follow us. We're going to be back next week with episode 6. So everybody, please stay tuned for that. But until we get there, for Big Tasty, for Joe, for Jay, I'm Tom. We'll see you next time, kids.